All right, let's get to it. Hello, everyone. My name is Miguel Hernandez, and this is my video towards the response or to the questions of what is the role of police and criminal justice system during the trial, and how do you think this role changes depending on the nature of the crime? All right. Well, first, let's start with the first question. Everybody knows, the first responders are always the police or either the firefighters, but I feel like the police are mostly the witnesses there, such as they're either pursuing the criminal, such as if they're getting into a shootout, they got to say the shots fired, and then they got to go into detail what happened leading up to that point if they're responding to a call. And their main point to be there is just a big witness. Their witness, and then now since we have body cams on all the police officers or on some police officers, it's more easy to show on their body cam as they could be the first, like the witnesses that really knows what happened, And I feel like just the nature of the crime itself, it changes a lot, such as if there were shots fired, how did it lead up to it? Or even, everybody knows allegations when police are shooting at civilians, and let's say if they were at fault, then that's when I feel like that's when it changes. When the crime is done by them, that's really when it changes when it comes to the crime. As there's gonna be a lot of questions of like, oh, okay, so why did you shoot the suspect? Was there a gun raised? Depending on the situation that they were in, I feel like this is the type of nature that will change their role. And also, it can show them a lot, like I've been saying this a lot, the body cams, I want to mention that's a big thing. That's a big factor. That's a big witness. I feel like the body cams is the witness itself, and the officers petition as well. And I also wrote some notes saying when they had to testify in their investigation, as I mentioned before, they got to act as witnesses testifying about their investigation and evidence they gathered in the case or even leading up to the case, such as if they had tabs on the suspect already, knowing that they were either drug smuggling or anything else, they had to show these evidence right away for they could have a good case against the suspect, for just in case the suspect has a good lawyer, they won't be able to get out of it. And also it can show how detailed they really are, such as if they go into detail with their stuff, if they're just, basically not doing it, just like, okay, yeah, it was this guy, like this guy just keeps on doing drugs, like this guy's suspicious, but they don't have no evidence, then there's really no point of having it. They also got to take a lot of steps towards it, such as if they need to investigate their house, they got to get a warrant signed by a judge in order for them to search the suspect's house. And they also have to write about that in their investigation and also bring it up in the court as mentioned before. But I feel like after that, it's really hard just to see like what type of situation it'll be. As the nature is just probably just, I want to say the use of force. That's the only way it'd be changing in their perspective. Use of force on the suspect or their response time as well, or even having some routine issues on lower class areas where there's a lot of crime and they're not paying attention to it. I feel like these are the only reasons why it would change. But other than that, thank you for tuning in and have a good day.